Show me the cake. Tom Cruise's coveted coconut cake has started to hit the kitchen tables of a select group of A-list pals and industry friends this holiday season. Cruise's Top Gun, Maverick co-star Glen Powell seemingly appeared to be one of the first to post the latest installment of the pricey present, marking another year he's received the gift. The cruise cake has arrived, Powell captioned his Instagram post on December 13th with a cake emoji. A large golden cream bow and a dazzling reindeer ornament make up the box's decorations along with the same note per Cruise's traditional greeting. This year's letter addressed to the anyone but you entertainer read, to Glen Powell. Warmest wishes to you this holiday season. It was signed Tom Cruise. The pillowy white chocolate coconut cake has cream cheese frosting and coconut flakes on top. The popular holiday gift has even sparked a tradition for Powell, 36. It is the most delicious cake you've ever had, Powell claimed on the Jennifer Hudson show in November 2022. My friends that have tried it, they love it so much that they hit me up right around December 1st. Hey, has it arrived yet? Every year, the Twister star hosts a cruise cake party, where he'll dish out the cake for friends and loved ones to have a bite or two. I really have to limit people. I can't let them come back for seconds, Powell quipped. Cruise and Powell became pals after starring in 2022's Oscar-winning action sequel, Top Gun, Maverick. In the film, the 62-year-old actor revived his role as Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell, while Powell played Lieutenant Jake Hangman Saracen. Singer-songwriter Victoria Cannell also boasted about one of the best cakes I've ever had when she received her dessert on December 10th. It's so rich, like Tom Cruise, Cannell quipped. Let it be known, the Tom Cruise cake is a 10 out of 10. The musician was rumored to have dated the Jerry Maguire star earlier this year, which she denied. The famous cakes are created at Doan's Bakery in Woodland Hills, California. Cruise orders hundreds of cakes from the family-run bakery each year, owner Eric Doan told ABC7. It's a little overwhelming. This is a difficult time of year for us just to begin with, because it's hard to keep up, Doan told the outlet.